And we're back with some Exalted Demake Storms of Yizhao, Season 2, Episode 4. We are in August 2023. I am Peter the Storyteller, and with me are...
Alpha Wolf, playing Verano Suzue, an air aspect dragon-blooded.
Kilix, playing Resolve Our Outstanding Questions, an alchemical exalt of a star metal caste.
And Revelry, playing Krim, the Blaze Unassailable, a full moon lunar.
Awesome. What happened last session, guys? Not just the ending. Everything would happen. You guys
So you're asking way too much on that one.
We beat up some bandits.
Yeah, I think in general you guys talked with Noyan Tomor, the... what's his actual position? No, he's like the guards leader, the leader of the one horse archer that the governor is using to scout the area. He asked you guys to do some scouting around because otherwise his guys wouldn't be able to go in because there might be some monsters around lurking there. So he has figured, might as well see what else is out there. And yeah, you guys went out, you found the bandit camp, you knocked them up, and then told them not to come back here. And yeah. Okay, so continuing on, you guys go on the trail that Noyan suggested for you guys to scout about. You go into the forest, and it's getting nighttime, so it's time to do some camp there. Anyone here good at making camps? Anyone has dots in survival?
I think I might. Survival, I have 2 dots.
Awesome, yeah.
Rock has 4, mainly because he's a long-range scout.
So yeah, between the two of you, you make a perfect camp here, like the supplies you guys have. Yeah, everything's fine. You guys take shift sleeping, or what's going on?
That sounds like a plan.
Very practical sounding.
As we are settling down for the night, I'm going to be meditating.
Awesome. Do you have some channel for that? Is that just the thing you do? Because I know there are some earth aspect channel that you just meditate instead of sleeping or something like that.
No, it's just a thing she's doing as she's settling down for sleep.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice forest. It's a little bit, you can hear the some wilderness in there. This isn't like a primeval jungle or what have you, but still has a little bit of wilderness in it. So yeah, it's nice. You hear the animals, waking up for the night, whatever those do, and yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's say, Rock, during your shift, you see some strange moose creature walking about in the foliage, clearly looking at you guys, or looking at the camp. You're acting in a way?
Rock will activate his vision charms that enable him to see in the dark and zoom in on the creature. And he'll begin studying it in detail to begin with. Does looking at it with normal sight show anything?
You look at it, it definitely looks like a bigger kind of moose. It looks kind of different from the normal ones you've seen around, maybe because this is accustomed to ragtime, so maybe there is some Fey influence thing, but it doesn't look like it's a Fey creature entirely. It has a nice white coating, and it's looking at you guys directly at the camp as if it was a person, so straight up. And then you can hear its voice telling you, "Oh, weary traveler, come, we can share you the wisdom of the forest." This is what you're looking for, isn't it?
So the moose is talking to me.
Yeah, it's making actual human conversation in, I'd say, the ragtime tongue, probably, which is like still Eastern. You probably have that covered in the languages, right?
So languages have changed, right, during our recordings?
I don't think the languages have changed in the recordings. You have like 1 dot, right? Or 2 dots? How many dots do you have?
I got 2.
2. Yeah, that should cover you well enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
it's like, go on.
At this point, Rock would like to contemplate it with crossface scanner.
What does crossface scanner do?
Perception plus occult, difficulty against 7 to survey essence of the world around her. Depending on the nurse success roll, the presence of anything interesting might be detected. Radiance of nearby man's demands. Subtle but active spells or sorcerers working. Also discern particular flavors of essence. So it's basically kind of like aura reading as well.
Yeah. Okay, well, definitely you can have a roll and can see where that goes.
For this one, I will actually spend an essence to activate an excellency. Seven.
Sorry.
Gesundheit. 5 successes on 11 dice.
Okay, so you start looking about, like, even though you're like a day's journey out from Yizhao, you can still kind of see its aura out in the distance, that's for sure. You don't feel any particular domains or manses around here or anything like that. You don't feel any like spells going on or what have you. There isn't an active essence expenditure or people's auras or what have you going on. But yeah, definitely what you see is that this creature is a little bit higher than like your regular animals, let's say the essence scale. Definitely like more of a person scale, so like something that would be start to be essence 1-ish. That's the default for humans, even on exalted ones.
All right. I will poke the others awake. It would appear we have a visitor. And Rock will, Invasion of the Body Snatcher style, point at the moose. Minus the whole face thing.
Okay.
That's a moose. What about it?
It talked. It also has above average power levels for a moose.
Yeah, it'll start talking on, oh, wise travelers, do you come to see the wisdom of the fourth?
Oh, okay. This is God or fair folk?
Well, not that you can see. Rock, look at it. It's definitely not a god. It's definitely corporeal. It's definitely not a fair folk, but it could be like a wild mutated moose or something, probably.
Interesting.
I'm surprised no one is suspecting it could be a lunar. Look,
Anyone could be a lunar.
When I say talking animals, I'm assuming lunar. Out of character.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, that's a very good, first thing for Dragon Ball, especially. Talk animal, kill it.
Well, I mean, I am currently looking at it with something that can. I currently have an active charm going that can see auras, and I have a sample of lunar right here. Does it look like a lunar?
Well, again, if you don't see any active essence expenditure, and from what you can see, it is at least like human level essence thing. The thing is, guys, if you could detect essence people just like that, it'll be pretty easy to start hunting for lunas, disguising themselves as regular people and so on. So, unless starting to use some charms, you probably won't be able to see it.
That is very fair. Okay.
And what business do you have with us, we wise travelers?
Well, I'm the spirit of the forest. I know many things. I can tell them to you.
Great. Who is the breaker of chains?
Oh, that name. Oh, that's a person that lives further outside of my forest, outside of my domain. I see there are people moving to and fro.
Who are the greatest ones that dwell within the forest?
Well, you can say, well, come close and I'll tell you. And it's going to use one of its limited use powers of a bewitching murmur. Roll willpower against difficulty 7 or be compelled to come closer.
Is it affecting all of us or just Grim?
Just the one.
Today was 6.
Difficulty 7.
4 successes.
Okay, yeah. You managed to resist its charm. It'll, to come closer and it'll whisper the secrecy. It's not something that should be told out loud.
I believe it is something that can be spoken here in this place, amongst us.
That's what you believe. Starts walking away. So, do you guys do anything with this, or just continue on your merry way?
Suzume is suspicious as hell of this.
Yep.
She doesn't know what this is, but given they're out in the middle of nowhere, her rational mind is thinking this is a trap.
Well, Noyan definitely told you guys there might be some monsters around, and this probably could classify as a monster. See, if it was bandits, they could handle that, no problem, but, wild mutant moose, that's kind of above their pay level.
Oh, so you're saying this is on our shoot to kill list?
Well, it's up to you guys. Maybe it's friendly.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not friendly. I'm just saying this could be a trap. Maybe we just leave it alone.
Rock is going to track it. Like, he's sitting there, and he's just watching it go. And part of his optics charm is he can see through walls and surfaces. So he's just watching it for a mile out, still pointing to it wherever it goes.
Yeah, it probably walks off, looks over at you guys, tries to go walk around, sees that you're pointing at it, and then, moves away.
Like, dude, you're creeping me out, man.
Yeah.
it is still there.
Yeah, once it notices that you can see it, whatever far out, then it starts to lose interest.
Well, once it loses interest, like, I'm fairly certain I can perceive it far further than it can perceive me.
Well,
and if not, that's interesting in itself. So if I think it lost track of me, I'm going to start tracking it to see where it goes.
Yeah, I mean, it goes like, couple 100 meters, maybe like 100, 200 into the forest where it's like dark and it thinks that you guys would be able to see that far in the dark. Turns around, looks at you guys, then does like a semicircle around, looks at you guys again, then notices that you're still pointing at it, and then, squints, and then just, starts heading away from it. And yeah, you can definitely track it if you want. Does everybody else follow?
I mean, we're not going to...
I guess so, because if this is a trap, we're not going to let him fall into it alone.
Okay, well, it just keeps going deeper into the forest. Do you guys take your supplies? Do you guys stop your camp or what have you?
Yeah, I'm bringing my supplies.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, yeah. Let's see. You have your perfect tracking thing. Yes, I guess I'm not going to make you roll, especially since you have survival so high. Then, yeah, definitely track it deeper in the forest. It just goes like an animal, kind of deeper, wandering about, doing whatever. And yeah, guess at some point, if you guys want to confront it or whatever, yeah, it was supposed to be an ambush thing, but yeah, between all of you and what you guys did last session, this won't be a problem for you. So we'll run around.
It's a situation of this is Piranha's thoughts being strange talking moose in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
it's probably a trap.
Yeah,
definitely a trap.
Feels like a trap.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely.
Definitely, like, at some point, maybe lets you approach whatever, and then, starts, try to attack you with his, like, razor sharp, horns and so on. And, at that point, probably realize, hey, wait, it was staring at us directly like a person, directly at us. This is how, herbivores, they usually stare sideways, have wall eyes, and, predators have, stare directly at people. It was a predator. But yeah, you guys can dispatch it easily between all of you, even it catches some of you by surprise, and so on and so on. That encounter's dealt with.
Oh, Crim's going to carve it open and eat it.
Well, yeah, you can definitely eat it, cook it, whatever you want. Yeah, it is a little bit of a wild mutant of sorts. Definitely, the insides are not as they should be, but, what's a little bit wild mutation for you guys?
Take its shape. Shape.
That's exactly why he's eating it.
Yeah, still.
You keep what you kill.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can definitely take its shape.
Beautiful.
So yeah, that was a whispering moose.
Yeah, and Suzume is just going to look at the looter eating this thing like... this is fascinating, but also disgusting, and I don't know how to feel.
No.
Purge it with fire. Purge it with fire.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys dispatch of the moose. You can finish up your resting up. It's fine. Nothing else in this forest will bother you. Sunrise, whoever needs to regen essence on sunrise can do so. Early could regenerate at sunset and so on.
I regenerated my modes hours ago.
Yeah.
Gotta love having a man's 5 Hearthstone.
Dragon Blooded swag.
Yep.
But yeah, for everybody else that isn't as awesome, sunrise modes. Okay. You guys continue on your way. Continue with the search. Eventually, on some small hilltop, you see some crucified person just dead there, like seems to be a few days gone already. It has like plaque attached to it, just nailed to it, and in the Ragtime tongue, it says like, that they're the whole of the nobles. And yeah, do you guys have any? Yeah, go on.
Yeah, how common is crucifixion in the Empire?
You mean the realm, or do you mean
the realm?
In the realm? You probably don't see it on the Blessed Isle because it's a little bit unsightly. But in like the Threshold, you might have some people that do this. It's probably not too common, but it exists. I mean, it's like a different method of execution, torture, what have you. Sure, it happens.
And what about Prasad? Because my character is getting familiar with both those places, and I, out of character, am not.
Prasad. Their Threshold as well, since I think they're a little bit like more burgeoning new empire, kind of that's still consolidating itself, and I'd say it's a little bit less common there. Like it would be really out of the place to see something like that because, hey, your neighbors might become your subjects, so let's not maybe do this to them all that much. Because they're more still an early empire, not like, hey, we need to consolidate things and scare the people into obeying us. And just exactly the wealth things, so less common.
All right. So the crucifixion is at least somewhat notable then.
Yeah, it's definitely out of the ordinary.
Yeah, and Suzume will make note of it, especially since how many people are hanging on crosses right now?
Yeah. Oh, there's only one person here. It looks like some sort of serf, not like someone too notable. And yeah, if you guys want to do something else here, if you have some necromancy between any of you or anything else.
No necromancy,
Okay.
but taking the body down and putting it in a hole or something would probably be the right thing to do at this point.
Yeah, I'm at least going to bury the body. No sense in letting it hang there.
Yeah, this is how you get Shadowlands.
I think in the realm it's more common to like burn the bodies and so on. But yeah, either or, you can dispose of it in a more fitting manner, sure, so it doesn't come back as an angry ghost.
Yeah. I'll burn it. I'll cremate it.
Awesome. Yeah. Like, you got some wood, you build a small pyre for this, possibly peasant something, and lay the body to rest. Hopefully it won't come back as a ghost already. Something.
Well, that's what a prayer and a small sacrifice is for.
Yeah. You can definitely do those, and so on. If it was a normal person in the realm, would be very honored to have a dragon-blooded, buried. But, yeah.
Burnt offering. Moose parts.
The stuff we had lying about.
Yeah, I'll just give it a small amount of money as an offering.
Paper money, I guess?
Yeah, I don't actually have any resources dots, but,
Yeah, I mean, you have some pocket change. You're a dynast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't think you could burn trade and leave it there. That would also be a bit bad, but whatever. You make an appropriate burnt offerings things and do your best to, help this person, not come back, not be as angry.
And I am going, and then note to self to find whoever is in charge of punishments around here and say, maybe you should stop crucifying people because do you want angry ghosts? Because that's how you get angry ghosts.
Some people might want angry ghosts on the enemy side, so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. If there's nothing else, you guys can continue on your scouting. And then see a small hamlet, village, or what have you, around where the bandits told you that the village of Volcane should be. Let me paste how it's written. There you go. And yeah, it looks like a small hamlet, just a couple houses. Looks like, very rural. It's pretty much like, a little bit of farming thing. You have some kind of attempted farmlands, whatever. You guys already passed the border with the Raktain. You are on the Raktain side at the moment. And yeah, there are some farmland. There's like one or two maybe farm animals, and have you maybe like a good dozen, maybe a couple dozen people in this little hamlet village, what have you, and you have some scarecrows here and there, whatever, some like smaller effigies of things just hanging around, trying warding some evil spirits or what have you. And yeah, you found this village. What do you do?
All right. First, since it's a scene long, I'm activating Wave Breaking Palm.
What does that do?
It increases my parry value by +2.
Sure thing.
So I'm just going to do that and then wait for the boat to regen, which I'm assuming, because that will only take me 15 minutes.
Yeah. Between you guys seeing this village, approaching it, and getting actually into it, you can regenerate it back. No problem.
If it takes us 15 minutes between detecting this village and entering this village, Rock is going to activate his optical charms and is going to scan every square centimeter of this village.
Nice.
Because why not?
Okay. Sure. Roll. Do you have a roll for that, or just like perception and awareness? What's
I'm thinking perception awareness.
Yeah. Roll the difficulty base 6. Probably can lower that as well with your charm.
Yeah, the charm lowers it. Let's see. Do I want to excellency this? Yeah, sure. Let's spend lavishly. All right. Perception awareness. Difficulty 3.
Base. Yeah. So 3.
That is 12 successes on 15 dice.
Okay. So yeah, you scan this village. It looks kind of like a normal-ish village for this area. There people aren't like hiding some goods or whatever. This is rural life. So you have basic tools, basic kind of foods. Root vegetables and things like that. Yeah. There aren't like any hidden animals or anything, just pretty much farm life. Yeah, there are definitely a lot of those scarecrows and effigies around, which is a little bit unusual. And they're kind of like called something going on. Other than that, you notice that everybody here has that tattoo of the broken shackle. Yeah, they have somebody, usually it's visible. Yeah. We have a decent mix of men and women, like mostly women here, I guess. So you're guessing some of the bandits were like the husbands of some people here, and what have you. You have a couple children, even one nicer looking house, probably belonging to some kind of village leader, what have you. Some kind of shrine, like I guess you'd have some bones in it in some sort of like ceremonial fashion, just held there in that small shrine next to that slightly better house. And I think between everything, between all of this, that's like the things that stand out to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one of the uses of the optical enhancement, which I get for free because we've got so much Supernal XP so far, is ability to see through walls, which has a separate perception awareness roll. Do you want me to make that?
I mean, I think between that you already had it, and already described what you see through walls with that shrine and what have you. So kind of remember that. So
Rock will relate that to everybody in the party.
This looks like, a regular village, a little bit on the poorer side. Definitely the crops aren't coming in as well. The soil is poor. And people may be a little bit famished, but not like starving.
But as long as they're not doing anything illegal, we should do our best to be at least courteous.
Well, they're probably surviving off the banditry, as the bandits told you. So, is that illegal? I don't know.
We're in Ragtime now. What's legal here?
Whatever the fair folk want.
Oh no.
Besides, you guys are exalted. You guys command this. Creation only mandate.
So when you say whatever the fair folk want, that tells me it's going to change every day.
Well, you don't see any fair folk around here. This seems to be its own village surviving on the edge of the Rakuten territory, so maybe the fair folk even don't know about it. Okay. So, what do you guys do?
I am at least going to try to remain courteous and not initiate hostilities.
Okay.
I'm gonna be watching everything though.
Yep. So,
Rock will also be watching stuff, but he will let people with actual dots and social skills take lead.
You seem to think I am very socially competent. I am not.
Well, in comparison.
Like, any dots and social skills. Any at all.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have 2 in social eyes and 1 in presence.
Infinitely better than I.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. I'm the social character.
I have 3 charisma.
The loser is face, yes.
Yes, everybody's face.
Exactly. That's the best way to make it all work.
That said, though, I do have breeding 5, which gives me diff reduction, so that helps.
But also the respect. Yes. Okay. You guys come into the village respectfully. There are definitely a lot of people look at you on what's going on. They pause from their village life. I know, doing the laundry or moving something about, what have you. And they definitely look at you like what's going on and what have you. One person comes to greet you. They seem to be more confident than the rest, and oh, hello there. Who might you be?
I'm just gonna let the Luna respond. I'm not good at lying.
All right. I am Krim, and we are travelers.
Oh, and what brings you to a little village?
Mostly passing through at the moment.
Oh, well, we don't have all that much, but, we'll try to accommodate you if you decide to stay for the night or stay for the evening. I suppose it's still early. And who are your friends?
Suzume.
I am Rock.
Pleasure to meet you all. I'm Esteban, and then you can see him gesturing to some woman coming over with a small newborn child. And this is my wife. Let me get her name. Just want to forget. Where is that? Lan. Oh yeah, this is my wife Lan. And yeah, we're the head of this village.
You're the head of the village.
Yes, I am.
We were led to believe that the village was headed by the Breaker of Chains.
Well, yes, that is my title. I'm Esteban, the Breaker of Chains.
And which chains did you break, if I may be so bold to ask?
Oh, well, I'm breaking the chains of oppression against, the nobles have on the serfs. Like, everybody here is a freed serf that, we've liberated together.
Yeah, so speaking of serfs, what was with the guy hanging up on a crucifix out there? What did he do?
Oh, that person. Well, he was still loyal to the nobles, thinking that we could be, discussing them, negotiating with, the oppressive class. No, he didn't convert, and we can't let that be.
I see.
Traitors.
Now, I fully understand the value of making an example, but that is how you make a mess of things.
No,
The land doesn't like when you do that.
we didn't crucify him here. We made sure to do it around, where the nobles own, their problem.
Yeah, but you crucify one person, you crucify two people, you crucify a dozen people. That starts to be a problem, and it doesn't stay their problem.
Well, so far it's been working out for us. I mean, we haven't had to crucify that many people. He's like second maybe person we've crucified.
Have you considered just killing them and burying them?
Well, that wouldn't send a message.
I mean, it certainly sends a message. Everyone who sees you kill them.
Exactly. But, we've displayed for others to see. Like, if we buried him, you wouldn't see this.
But you wouldn't think the nobles would care to see a serf hanging? They don't care. It's a serf.
Oh. Others might see that the nobles don't care and that, maybe they'll figure out, hey, that, the nobles are just parasites, shouldn't exist.
Okay, so you speak of the nobles. Who are these nobles?
Well, the Dunbai has many, landlords that own the land on the Yizhao and what have you. Raglands have their own Fey nobles and so on. There's many people that take from the people that actually work the land and give nothing in return.
I mean, he's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong. But Well, I can admire your conviction. And
Thank you.
your ideals are good. Your methods are a little bit questionable.
How would you go about this?
We actually just passed through Yizhao on our way here. And
Well, what do you think of that terrible place?
it was awful.
Oh, I agree.
One of the worst places I've ever been, and that's saying something.
Yeah.
It was
yeah,
impressive beyond belief.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, my wife even is, escaped from there herself.
But I see you crucifying people to send a message, and I wonder if that's not doing something very, very similar to that altar of heaven thing they have over in Yizhao, and
I mean,
you will eventually become the monster you seek to destroy.
well, I only crucified that person because they were a traitor. If you don't agree with what we're doing, stay out of our way and don't try to join us to try to cut us back. But everybody that joins up here willingly, they cast away their ties to the nobles and their old way of life and start a new one. And you can't hear oaths of abandoning the old ways.
That honestly sounds a lot like a cult.
Well, we venerate Saint Martha that bestowed this gift of exaltation upon me, and cults exist.
Who is this Saint Martha?
Oh, well, a few months back, I had a vision of, a saint that told me where to find her bones, and I came to this here hilltop, and I did find her bones. That gave me power, and here we are. I mean, he points over to that little shrine that Rocky Simon, where he has some ceremonial bones wrapped up somewhere on the altar.
Yeah, I would like to try to identify what type of exalt this guy is.
Okay, into cult difficulty 9.
All right, well, guess what, fam? Occult is a cast ability. What's up? So, I'm spending willpower.
Do it.
Spending willpower and emote on excellency.
Do it.
So 12 dice at diff 8, actually.
Huh.
All right, let's see. It's gonna be boop. That is 4 successes.
4 successes. Okay. You start going through the index of various exalts that this could be. Like, if you're saying the truth that he got this from some kind of saint vision or whatever, that doesn't sound like any exalt that you know of. Like, oh, this isn't like Dragon Blooded, Solar, Lunar. Like, maybe you've even heard of Sidereals with your occult knowledge that, their Sidereals are born with this. This isn't it. They started looking at the more obscure ones, and this isn't like a liminal because they're made. This isn't. Yeah, I don't think there are that many that you'd know of even at the mass thing. You probably guess this is some kind of weird exigent, or maybe even something weirder.
So you're an exigent then. We heard you were an exalt.
Well, I don't know what that word is, but if that's how you describe it, my learned fellow, then I'll believe you. I was just a normal peasant, that escaped from the fair folk, not far from here. I don't know all those fancy words.
Right. So much to the dismay of the Immaculate Order, there are many different types of exaltations. Yours fits into none of them. So So we call those miscellaneous exaltations exigents.
Okay. I will believe you. You seem like an expert.
Rock is taking notes.
The Lunar is gaining limit.
Why are you gaining limit?
Oh, it's just every time the Dragon Blooded goes, the Immaculate Order, look how wonderful and amazing it is.
I mean, center of learning. Very important.
Hey. I was just saying, they don't like that. I wasn't saying I agreed with them. But,
Okay.
right. So, okay.
So, what brought you to Yizhao? Brought you to this place? Where are you going? What's going on? Like, sit, let's talk together or something. Like, he's like inviting you over to like have a little bit of food together or what have you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to be hostile. Well.
No, the fair folk is inviting you to his home. Nah, just kidding. You partake in this food, now you're in debt forever. Nah. This is a fair folk.
Was actually going to bring something up about that.
Go on.
When we have
go on. I mean, you guys probably know more languages than this guy, so you can communicate in your high realm, old realm, and what have you, and make some remarks that, yes, this person might not understand. They look like a peasant. I think not like refined dragon blood or what have you, so.
It's more of, since this place does not seem to have much food,
yeah,
and they're inviting us for food, and my character is an alchemical.
Yeah.
So
let me extrude this paste for you.
And what?
Let me extrude this paste for you.
Not no, actually. So I have a traveler staff. That's an artifact, which I wanted to flavor as an old alchemical style nutrient fabricator.
Okay.
So instead of a staff that goes into the ground and grows into a tree, I wanted to make it into a little cube that unfolds into a machine with a hopper where you can dump like hay, and out comes these pellets of nutrient stuff.
Okay, sure.
What I'm hearing is you have a box of moose pellets.
Yep. This is jerky. This is jerky, really.
Yes, I made the bones and fur and skin and its hoofs. Yeah.
So Rock will just, upon seeing what they're offering us and how much they have, Rock will set it up in a corner and go to.
I mean, you probably had time to prepare this moose earlier on, so yeah, you have your cube or whatever. You can definitely share your rations as well. They'll appreciate that and make something together. So, what were you doing in Yizhao? What brings you around here?
We were called in for expert knowledge because the altar was behaving strangely.
Doing exactly what it's supposed to
do. What was that? Revelry, right?
Oh, yes. The altar was doing exactly what it was supposed to do.
Oh, that dreadful thing. I heard just rumors about it. Yeah. I mean, my wife told me that, the altar made her run away from that city.
Yeah, no, the morality function on it was absolutely oppressive.
Yeah, Lan will start chipping in here. Yeah, Lan, his wife, and with the small child. Like, oh yes, I had a vision of the altar that was telling me that I need to be banished from the city because I was an adulterer, and I got, you know, I had to escape. Had the urge. I was driven by it away, and well, I ended up here. I mean,
Okay.
I didn't cheat on my husband or anything.
Alright, that was my
So
logical next question. Um,
yeah.
so it was accusing you of being an adulterer, though you weren't doing adultery.
Yes, it was really strange how that worked. I mean, I was faithful to my husband. Like, I mean, we're having some problems conceiving. We went to a fertility, shrine, deal with that, and eventually did conceive. And, well, then soon after, felt the urge that, I was an adulterer and I need to be banished. And, I'm just a regular person, and the altar was really pushy and, it drove me out.
That is weird. That is very weird.
But, well,
Is this the child?
uh, yes, this is my former husband's child.
I am just going to examine it for any sign of being like god-blooded or some shit.
Okay, roll your perception occult and what have you.
Because this is a situation of this feels really weird, and
I mean, yeah, you're getting it. Something's, wrong here.
and I'm just like, did a god get her pregnant or something? So what is my difficulty?
But the difficulty 7, let's say.
Okay. That's 4 successes.
Okay,
I still
you
have math.
examine. No problem. You examine this child. It appears to be a normal, healthy child. Doesn't have any markings of the Fae or of the gods or anything else that might be out of the ordinary. It looks like a normal Ren child who just the ethnicity of the Regency of Dubai, just as she is. So looks everything is
So,
as it should be for what she's describing here.
normal, healthy babies. That rules that out.
Yeah.
No sign of being god-blooded or anything. Huh.
Rock would like to look at flows of essence around here, around the child, just because that was a physical examination. Let's do a metaphysical one.
So you're examining your see the ley lines, see the everything essence related, right?
Yep, cross-face scanner.
Okay. Roll your thing. I think that has its own set difficulty.
Yes, it has a base difficulty of 7, and I will excellency this as well, just for success purposes. Also 4 successes on 7 dice.
Also success. The child appears to be normal. There isn't anything out of the ordinary about it. On the essence side, it doesn't seem to be, again, god-blooded, elemental-blooded, demon-blooded, fey-blooded, whatever. It doesn't seem to be a wild mutant. It's a normal child. However, what you see that this whole area, this whole like hill, this whole village seems to be on some way connected to Istvan in some weird fashion that you haven't seen before. This whole area is like kind of subjugated to him in some fucked up way.
So the village is connected to the child.
No, to Istvan, the guy, not the child.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there anything particularly glowy in the direction of that shrine with the bones?
There isn't much there other than like, oh, it's a site of devotion, like a little bit of like a holy site, like a minor thing where you see like, oh, purified shrine, something like that. But that seems to be like a normal thing. Most shrines in some way that are venerated actively exude out there. So it kind of tracks in what he was telling you. It's not extra supernaturally weird.
Okay. Rock will say, the child's power levels are normal for a child of this age and health. And he's still taking notes. As he's taking notes, he will pass a note in Old Realm to Suzume, I'm going to guess. Well, yeah, probably Suzume, pointing out that this area is somehow connected to the Exalt.
Yeah. Yeah, which for you, Suzume, this is a weird thing for Exigence to be. It's definitely out of the ordinary.
Yeah, she's gonna look at the note, give a subtle nod. Yes, well, I would love to hear more about your story. Speaking to the woman, do you mind if I pull you aside and just, hear about it and stuff?
Sure, yeah, she'll go along with your request as Esteban says, attending everybody else with whatever you have there.
Yeah, so after a bit of like just getting her story, I'm gonna be like, so what's up with Istvan? There's something very weird going on here.
Sorry, we first she wouldn't say that this happened. She could like saying that the altar was like impressed that, oh, this child is not her husband. That's why it's like she was an adulterer or whatever. At least that's what the altar told her. Like, well, for her, it's like, oh, she didn't sleep around or whatever. But yeah, coming back, what's up with this one? Well, she would just like pretend, oh yeah, he's a like nice and for her, he's a nice person. He treats her well. Definitely, like he takes in any kind of refugees, or whatever. Like, oh, he's at this village where like people can, escape from the taxation of the nobles, exacting of the things, having to work for whoever, and where they can be their own staff and be a commune where the people are equal. Even like Istavan's, only there kind of like a figure piece rather than being above them. He's not. That's the thing. He's also like works the field. He works with them, whatever. In general, like they only resort to banditry because this area isn't that fertile and they can't really go anywhere else because that like put them either on the fair folk side or on the side, the Yizhao's thing and so on, so on. So like they're just barely surviving here. But yeah, she has nothing but like praise for him being a nice person in general. And
okay.
Like after she escaped, he took her in. They eventually like got married together and what have you. She had her child, and quite recently she had her child.
Yeah, that is a beautiful, healthy child, and I wish him all the best in life.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I do.
Yeah.
Kissing the child, standard stuff. It's like, is there anything that might connect him to this particular place other than the Saint Marva shrine thing you mentioned?
No, I mean, she recounts the same story where he saw a vision of Holy Saint Martha, or Martha, and he set out here to find her bones. He found them, he gained her blessing, her power, and now she's being venerated in that shrine over there, and what have you, and that's pretty much the story.
Okay, thank you. Your story will help me.
I guess you could try pressing socially for her to disclose more, maybe about stuff he's doing. So maybe either charisma or manipulation, socialize to try to get her more difficulty basis 5.
I will. Okay, what is the diff?
5.
Okay. Would I be able to use my breeding background to lower that?
For her, yes, she would still be respected because she's from Dulumbai. Istvan himself wouldn't, because he's not from that kind of society. So yes,
I'm just looking for her.
Yeah, she had that sort of upbringing where respect the dragon blood and so on. So go on.
Yeah. All right. So you delete 8. That is 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. So, she talks a little about some of the miracles that he's doing. That that he can make the scarecrows come alive, whatever. Animate little guardians around the thing to help protect the village. And you did see quite a lot of scarecrows around here for what they're growing, and so on. And she also mentioned that sometimes when he's exerting himself, you can see some flickering light aura around here, which again sounds like an exalted aura, but in a weird colors. Usually they don't flicker with light, whatever. So definitely there's something weird with him, but and there's definitely he's animating some scarecrows to protect the village as well.
So she's not even denying he's weird.
I mean, being an exalt in most places isn't a crime in itself, and especially since they live in the commune. Okay, who cares? You want to kill him? If you do, you could kill him anyway, regardless, I guess. So it's okay, exalts. I don't know what the specifics are. I don't know which color is bad, other than lunas are obviously the bad ones. Apparently, something. This doesn't seem like for her is triggering any oh no, anathema something. Especially since Dolomite doesn't have that kind of strict culture associated with them as well. They're welcoming of other weird exiles. So okay, it's some kind of exalted something. Okay, could have them on our side.
Yeah.
So for her, it's not that out of the ordinary. She doesn't feel that ashamed of it or something.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I want to learn from your story for ways we can make the realm and Prasad and all these other places better and less oppressive. So,
well, definitely talk to my husband. He's the one that has all those ideas of how things should be. I'm just happy to be here.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Let's head back over.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
do you guys want a quick pause to figure out what you want to do from here, or?
We have about an hour on recording, so it's probably a good place.
Okay, so let's do a quick break then.
So that's definitely interesting.
Yeah, So yeah, she tells her so like if you ask more questions about like the fertility treatment, you hear that she went to the what's it called, the Shrine District. She went to the Shrine of the Blue Gold and what have you, and yeah, so you have the actual name of where she went.
Yeah.
Okay, the group at the table, or unless you have some more questions. Sorry.
I guess the question I have is, how badly will this go if I reveal that I may or may not be a noble trying to improve things for everyone?
Well, it's like it depends on what you guys want out of this. Because like, oh, if you want to spend another hour in combat, we could do that. It's definitely an encounter you guys can fight. But I'm hearing that you guys want to fast forward towards the possible resolution of this, so it can be ignored then.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, well, I thank you, and I may come back here to learn more from about y'all's experiences. You know, learn from history so that we can fix the mistakes of the past so they don't get repeated.
Yeah, they'll definitely invite you to come back as long as you do it respectfully, which so far you've been doing. So everything's good. You haven't been on their bad side yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
any more questions and more leads?
No. Actually, your wife gave us a lead on what we were sent to Yizhao to do.
Oh, well, I'm glad she was helpful to you.
Yeah, we were sent to find out what was causing the altar to do its very ruthless job.
Oh, and what did you find?
Based on your wife's account, we think it might have something to do with that fertility temple. But in the meantime, you will be happy to know that the morality system has been disabled.
Well, I hope that improves the life of the people of Yizhao. Then
Me too. There were some awful things there.
Yeah, I don't wish ill upon the regular oppressed people that live there. Many of them are, sharing similar fates to us. So you're barely subsisting on what they can scrape by.
Nobles like those in Yizhao give all of us nobles a terrible name, and I don't blame you for hating them, or us, for that matter.
Well,
I hate them, too, sometimes. And I am one.
Yeah. It was a common kind of he go like, oh yes, let's start fighting you realm something. But okay, it's fine. He let that slide.
I found a kindred soul with whom to share my gripes about realm nobility.
I mean, many people in the realm's nobility would gladly share such gripes with you, especially for the lower ranks and so on. But it's improper. So yeah, any more questions? Any more things?
No, I think we're going to be heading back to Yizhao, probably.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, Rock will just use the time to fabricate as much food for these people as possible, and then fold up his machine.
Yeah, your cubes definitely look a little bit weird, but they'll try to okay, well, if you say this is food, and there doesn't seem to be giving them things, so like, oh yeah, they'll probably add some like basic spices they found somewhere or something like that, and try to make something out of it. Like, oh, we can make a broth soup out of it. Perfect. Better than starving.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna let the other thing I'm gonna let Istvan know is maybe next time don't send your bandits so close to Yizhao. Not all of the dragon blooded there will be nearly as merciful as I was.
Well, we can't really raided the Rakten territory because the Ferofox would similarly dispose of us and capture people and turn them into mindless slaves. So Yizhao is pretty much the only destination that has the things we need, as in sustainable farming, that has things we can steal for food and more people to recruit and what have you. So that's our only viable destination, unfortunately.
Actually, you know what? I know someone in Yizhao who might be willing to do me a favor. And I'll see if I can't get you some food by more legal means.
I mean, we don't have anything to trade for food. Like a couple days, journey out from Yizhao. I have lump around here, but transporting will be its own thing. We don't have any car toxin or what have you. There's, any game we find, we also, consume ourselves. The soil isn't that great, and so on and so on. We're barely sitting here and really can't do much. Plus, who would want to be doing trades with us, bandits?
Well, I can't believe I'm doing this, but since I am a noble, I can offer you a place.
How far is this place?
If you want one. And I'll just give them a way to contact me and be off after, foraging for food for them and stuff.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, thank you for the offer, but that'll be, probably wouldn't be appreciated by wherever you settle them. Because, hey, you got land through someone higher up than you, probably, because you're a noble. Therefore, there'll be some expectation for you to tax them and so on and so on. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to find anything for them that's not, existing in between the two empires that they are in currently.
I will...
So, yes?
This is sort of an after the one shot ends. I think Suzume will try to work with the local gods to make the land more fertile.
I mean, yeah, I could definitely ask, do some more prayers and what have you. That definitely listen a little bit more. That definitely might improve things a little bit, but...
I wasn't looking at prayers. I was looking at busting down the door of spirit walking.
Okay.
So I can interact with them directly. But that's a after the one shot is over thing.
I mean, definitely if you stay in this area, you can help them improve their lives a lot and so on and so on. And yeah.
But in the meantime, back to Yizhao.
Yeah. And yeah, out of characters is that you guys really figure this in between the recordings things. Oh yeah, that guy was a hard eater. That's why I didn't give you straight answer what's going on, because they're obscure as fuck and nobody knows about them. You would say they just forget they exist. Kinda. Okay. So yeah, back to Yizhao. Okay, you guys come back. There's way less adventure on the way back because you already cleared everything. And yeah, I guess you guys report to Noyam about your expedition?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So thank you for filling in. You definitely would have liked to be able to chase down more bandits or whatever, but well, you couldn't, so can't really undo that. Do you tell him not to murder them, whatever, because they're from this poor little village, or...
Oh, we're definitely not telling him about the village. They're definitely just a bunch of escaped serfs.
It would probably be safer for them if we kept quiet. We dealt with the bandits.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, so they definitely keep quiet about that. He definitely appreciates you guys killing that monster moose, because that's definitely something that would have killed a lot of his people, and so on and so on. It would have been a huge problem for them. But yeah, you guys
That
took
was
care of
actually
that.
relatively easy.
I mean, fight-wise, probably would have been stronger than like a size 1 group of bandits, maybe size 2 even. But yeah, it didn't have as much health points as them, and so on, so on. So it definitely wouldn't be a cakewalk, but we have Buran and so on. So yeah,
Oh yeah, no.
you
This
guys,
is Suzume in character saying it was relatively easy, actually.
yeah. So yeah, definitely, you guys dispatched it very handily, way better than these guys could have. Okay, so yeah, he appreciates your help. He appreciates everything you've done in the last like 3-ish days. Took you guys go there and back. Yeah, he definitely still like owes you one, as you guys have agreed. Yeah, if you need anything, he'll help you guys out. Okay, what would you guys like to do next?
We're checking out the fertility temple. I think we're going for home on this.
Okay. You go to the Shrine District. You go to the Shrine of the Blue Goat. It's right there where Lan mentioned it will be, it has this, distinctive Blue Goat statue thing inside of it. And yeah, it is a fertility and ancestor temple thing. So people come in here, they worship their ancestors because the initial other people do venerate their their parents, grandparents, whatever, everybody that came before them. So you have your little effigy, so whatever little names, and you like pray to them in such shrines. Also, the priests here are ancestor priests or whatever, which are designated by this culture to be able to worship people that don't have their own offsprings. Which, something happens, you die young, or, you are infertile, and so on, so on. So in such case, the priests here, give you prayers and make sure that, it doesn't the afterlife, and so on. It's a whole thing. And yeah, it is also a fertility shrine. I think in Yizhao, it's the most notable one, definitely the most prestigious one. And yeah, people come here looking for health remedies, guidance, and such things for it. So yeah, you come to the shrine. It's a little bit busy. You have some priests doing their prayers. You have some people in some side shrines doing their own worship. You see a couple cells side, as in little rooms that have basic sleeping arrangement, basic like chair, table, and so on. That people come in, lock themselves in for some longer worship, some installation, so on and so on. Yeah. What do you guys?
I'm a dragon-blooded. I can feasibly go undercover, seeing as fertility temples are frequented by dragon-blooded all the time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They want to make more dragon-blooded and will use any means necessary in order to do so.
Yeah, once a decade. On the clock.
Yep, so...
Okay. So, you want to arrange for a fertility treatment, something like that. The priest there will ask, okay, where's your partner that you're trying to conceive with? Because this is a couples thing.
Okay. I do not have one yet. I'm still looking for a match. But this is quite the famous I've heard great things about your fertility rites.
Well, it takes 2 people to make a baby, so we can't really help you until you find a partner. We're not a matchmaking, shrine business, so on. So,
can you tell me what it entails then? if I were to get a partner and come back?
Well, if you have some problems, well, we to go over the basics of how this done. Because sometimes, for some people, their education is lacking. Then, if the basics don't help, then we do some breathing exercises, some diets, and what have you. We have things subscribed who might help you, some herbal remedies, and so on, so on. Start listing things. Do you have any thoughts on medicine?
Okay.
Do you have thoughts on medicine?
Let me see. I think I do. Yes, I have 1 dot in medicine.
Yeah, it seems like a very basic. Okay, maybe something's wrong with your diet. Maybe you have some sort of imbalance in your body. Let's correct that with basic stuff. Maybe you're drinking too much. Let's do that. So yeah, really basic stuff that you're oh yeah, that's kind of adds up. Yeah, everything's fine here.
Well, what if the basics don't help? What if I'm really worried I won't be able to conceive? If that, because that can happen. And I mean, for someone of my lineage, that would be a shame on my family.
Oh, no, that's not that. I mean, well, we do have further treatment options we could do acupuncture, acupressure. Maybe there's something else. Maybe there's some operations that need to be performed. What have you? We have a number of experts in various fields, and Abbot Fu is a very knowledgeable person. He knows how to treat very obscure and hard ways of infertility and what have you. So I think between everybody, we might be able to help you if it's possible. It's not a guaranteed thing, but
all right, I'm gonna see what I can do to coax more out of him.
Okay. Manipulation and socialize, difficulty 6, let's say.
All right, spend another willpower on this because I'm not good at this.
Do it.
Does breeding apply?
Yes, it does apply.
Sweet.
Clearly,
I need all the death reduction I can get. Because I have 4 dice. 4 successes! Let's go!
If breeding applies anywhere, it should apply here.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, you definitely start manipulating this person that you're very concerned about such things because there's a lot of pressure. So yeah, definitely you cover things like stress reduction. Yes, when you worry less, then it helps that sometimes just having someone take care of you is so useful, and they go over the various things, and they start referring if it's a real problem, the abbot that's the head of the shrine, they know way more about special fertility treatment and rituals and what have you, even sorcery maybe, that there are different ways of doing things. Probably what they don't mention is trying to do a neoma because that's very, very ill-fitting, especially if you're doing Dragon Ball stuff. It's better to have a child than not, but what's usually the stuff that people don't do at the end.
Okay, so anything relating to the woman's story, perhaps as to how she could have gotten pregnant and supposedly been an adulterer.
Let's see. She definitely was a bit of a harder case that they've tried for months on end, pretty much. So they went to the basic treatment, went to the acupuncture stuff and so on and so on, and eventually they went to the abbot, and after the abbot's help they managed to conceive. So definitely not just the basics.
Okay. So it seems like we should talk to the head of the temple.
Yeah.
Because
About Fu.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly want to avoid any if I'm under so much pressure, I need to know everything I can, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely auspicious to be prepared for it, especially if you're expecting to be married. So you want to conceive very quickly to show that you are, of good standing, whatever, capable dragon blood and so on. Then you definitely can prepare for things. And you're a dragon blood of high breeding. They definitely wouldn't deny you seeing that, but because obviously, this guy looking to is up in your pay grade.
Yeah. So, Lao Fu, you said. All right, let's go talk to him.
About Fu. Okay. Does anyone else want to do anything in the meantime?
Nope, I'm good.
Rock would like to, because I have an intimacy interest in sorcery, basically. After she mentions sorcery, he will start looking around for if they're doing any sorcery right now, or what their spaces for that are, what their setup is.
With your number of charms that you have, you know that at the moment they're not doing any sorcery. Right now they definitely have some space dedicated to it. It's not like a man's space or whatever. This isn't a domain. This is a man's that they have. They much like it, but I think everything is going to the Author of Heaven here. They definitely have a space to dedicate to performing ritual, doing some more things out in the back, and you have the various cells where if you engage your X-ray vision, you can see that there are some people that are doing some regimens of treatments inside of the cells alone. So you're doing your relaxation, meditation, diet, and whatever, some kind of Tai Chi things and blah blah. That's going on there. You get your X-ray vision. You also see that there are some tunnels beneath all the cells, whatever, that seem to be connected to a wider network in this area. It's not just this shrines connecting outwards as well. Which I don't think you even get X-ray vision in Yizhao yet. So yeah.
Okay. If we have a moment, I will pass on the information about the tunnels to the rest of the party. But otherwise, I'm ready to go see Abbott.
All right, so we have tunnels, yes? Interesting.
Unless you guys have anything else, you can go and see the abbot.
I definitely think someone should check out those tunnels.
Is that something?
I mean, we can do that. We can also see the abbot and check them out later. Or do you want to split up?
We could talk to the abbot now and come back at night.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Okay. You go and see the abbot. You make a small arrangement with him. He's a little bit of a busy person, but since you're still working for the Governor Wood, then definitely they take time out of the day to meet you you soon enough. And yeah, you go into his office, like full of first like scrolls, parchments, whatever, in the like little library thing. They have various herbs and whatever. Like, there's definitely a lot of medication that he has under lock for like some more obscure things that something more dangerous that you have to properly dose. That's possibly like, if you do too much, it could be a poison, and so on. And yeah, he's like an older guy, well dressed. He's wearing some kind of blue robes and what have you. Let's see. Yeah, you guys have so much perception that you soon enough notice that he is a dragon blooded. He is a wood aspect.
That tracks.
Yeah.
As an
yeah.
alchemist, is
Yes.
there anything odd about this assortment of herbs or spices?
As I mentioned, there are definitely like the stuff that you don't let the regular people deal with. Like, oh, if you overdose on this, that can kill you. That is also dangerous if you mix something. So definitely, those are like, okay, if you want to do this, let me know, and I'll might dispense something for you to make sure that you don't fuck something up and kill someone with this. So definitely, they're more dangerous. Like, they're nothing like, I don't know, Malfian or what have you. This isn't that weird exotic. Definitely rarer, the more expensive stuff here. But yeah, it's a well-stocked thing in a place where, like, oh yes, you're treating various illnesses and what have you. You want expensive medicine here. You have people that can afford it. So yeah, you will be stocking those somewhere here.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. So I will greet him with a bow. Greetings, Abbot Fu.
He definitely bows back in proper respect to visiting Dragon Blooded or what have you, and yeah. Go on.
As you probably heard, I'm interested in learning about the different fertility rituals, because when my time does come to conceive and marry, I want to be prepared for anything. I want to be prepared for the worst and know what would happen, what I would need to do if the worst happens.
That's definitely admirable, though. One of the things we definitely tell a lot of young couples that if you stress about things less, usually that helps. So being worried that is starting to contribute to the problem. So yeah. Is there anything specific you'd like to discuss?
I just want to know what the rituals entail for the when the basic treatment fails.
Well, he starts, going on about the various treatment. He, takes a little, maybe a little bit of bigger drawing of like the various chakras in the body and what have you, and starts explaining how this whole meridians work and things like that. Things like a proper doctor in this world would know to explain how the various metaphysical things of conception, fertility, and so on works. And yeah, so that's boring with the details.
Okay, anything in here that might cause the altar to, misidentify something as adultery?
No, we are all above board here.
Oh, no. I was speaking out of character.
Oh, sorry. Out of character. Roll intelligence and occult. Difficulty, let's say 8.
All right. Spending a mote for an excellency. Let's go, boys.
Let's go, boys.
So, int occult. That is going to be 12 dice. I'm going to spend another willpower on this because I want to give myself the best shot here. Because this might be our breakthrough.
Do it. Roll it.
Boop. That is 4 successes.
4 successes. Okay. As far as I remember, what's his name? Rock managed to analyze how the Altar of Heaven works quite well way back when. Combining that with what the abbot is describing, he pretty much doesn't describe anything that's out of the ordinary that might be causing the altar to misidentify things. He definitely doesn't go into things like, I know, again, using Naoma's thing that definitely could be iffy in places. So definitely that's not one of the options he mentioned. Definitely it's still you have the same parts. Nothing seems to be sticking out to you as something that will be causing the Altar of Heaven to really act out here from what he's describing.
Alright, so I'm just going to confront him directly because at this point, manipulation has failed. So, I'm just going to... So, a woman came here a bit ago and got a fertility treatment above the basic treatment. Then the altar cast by the city for being an adulterer. Do you know what might have happened?
What was her name?
That is... Why do you need to know this?
Because I keep records of everybody I've treated, so I can go over her treatment and figure out what might be wrong.
I will give him her name. I do not remember her name out of character. So
her name was Lam. But eventually you get down to it because also Lam is just her first name, and here she wouldn't be using the names that she was married under, but eventually you managed to figure out which of the 20 lambs that he has treated in the last year or so it was, and okay, goes over it, and so on, and roll me manipulation and socialize, or or presence or something like that, to press him on to reveal you the information.
Okay. What is my difficulty? I'm spending willpower again.
Let's see. His resolve is 6.
Alright, so I'm rolling at diff 6. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, wish me luck. Please, Orange Jesus, have mercy.
Does breeding come to effect here?
I have 2 successes here.
Yeah. Okay, let me see what the breeding would apply. Yeah, I have to.
It should.
Too much PDFs. Let me.
Oh wait, see no, I would have gotten 4 with the willpower anyway.
Okay.
I forgot to account for that when I set the difficulty. So.
Yeah. I'll just look at the breeding regardless, because it probably has some kind of thing. Most of difficulty to socialize or where you try to leverage your superior bloodline in social advantage over others. So yeah, this isn't your breed doesn't add to everything. It's more like when you can flaunt it that, oh yes, I am Dragon Blood, I'm important, give me the information. Where he's also Dragon Blood and so on. So yeah, in this situation it wouldn't help you.
But regardless, my willpower got
successes.
My willpower got it. So yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. 4 successes. Okay. And I guess you guys also explained that you're working for the governor and you're here investigating things officially and so on and so on.
Yeah.
Okay. So, looking at his notes, whatever, and so on and so on, you can see that he's looking at it and he's like concerned about something that he has written there. Like you press him on to like start spilling the beans because hey, this is important, and a little bit reluctantly, but he goes and starts explaining how things went. So he was like, he was working to be a like fertility priest or whatever for a while. He's been studying that. He's well educated. He is definitely not a Dragon Blood. He's definitely a little bit more interested in things. And what he found during his studies in Dulumba, in this country you are in, this regency, is that all the fertility treatments focus on the women's side. It's always the women's fault when something goes wrong. So all the studies have been focused on all the things. Just like there's been like a dogma in this whole society here. He studied more broadly and figured out something that's a culture of the book here, that sometimes it's the man's fault. And he managed to find a ritual that he brought with him to treat male infertility. And Lamb was one of those cases where it was the husband's fault. So he helped treat the husband while she was also getting her treatment, and so on, so on. And maybe that has something to do with it. Yeah, there's definitely something that he rarely does because he tries to exhaust all the regular options opposed to, but sometimes he does this thing.
All right,
and he starts like, yes?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Go on.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let him know. I would like to take a look at that ritual he found.
Yeah, he definitely figures that that's what you'd want. So he starts rummaging through his drawers, like goes to like some more secure, secluded, cabinet thingy, pulls out another box that he like opens up, and in it there is like some kind of old-looking skull thingy, or what have you, or like a set of them over, and he lays them out to you. And the whole thing is called like the Prefix to the Secret Out of the Bed Chamber. However, attached to it, there is a additional commentary about the male infertility, and he bases the things off of that. So he lays this out for you guys. You see this whole
And the altar would see something that goes against a cultural taboo to be a carnal sin.
Is it a sorcery ritual?
Yes, it looks like definitely there is some kind of sorcery thing that it's not like a sorcery. Okay, it's probably like more of a ritual thing, or like something you prepare in advance, and you can perform it on someone within like with some meditation and so on. That it is a sorcerer's ritual. If you want to analyze it, roll me intelligence and occult, difficulty 8.
I think Rock will first start by copying it, and then he'll analyze it.
Okay.
But if somebody else wants to analyze it first, that's totally fine.
Yeah, I think I still have my my occult my occult active.
Even if not, probably within 15 minutes you could do it again. Doesn't matter for you, so but with your excellency.
Okay, so into cult you said? What's the diff?
Into cult, difficulty 8.
Okay.
Meow indeed.
Oh, sorry, that was my cat.
No, that's fine. We love cats here.
Three successes.
Okay. So you look at this ritual. On the very surface, it is how you replenish some guys chi or whatever to help them, conceive and whatever, and so on and so on. However, there is something that you, as a occult scholar and whatever, notice that probably the abbot might have missed is that, hey, you replenish first you drain the guy's chi, you replenish it with your own. You put two and two together, like, that means that the child that is conceived is out of the replenished chi, which means that probably it will be abbot's or whoever performed the ritual's child because of that.
Yeah, I'm going to point this out to him.
I mean, it's definitely, it's not spelled out that way. You, as an experting, know a lot more that's not written out here. That if you put everything together, you can present this text to him, and and not, as a lesser sorcerer would have missed this, and it looks like this guy's a lesser sorcerer and he missed this.
I mean, I don't even have the sorcery charm. I just have 4 dots in cult.
You definitely learn enough that eventually you could pick up sorcery. You're still young. He probably doesn't have 4 dots in the cult.
Yeah.
So he's definitely, his grasp exceeds his reach, or vice versa, whatever. And he's definitely surprised by this revelation. And he's kind of speechless. Well, if you press that on to him.
It's not your fault. You didn't know. But that does solve the mystery of what was causing the altar to act up.
Yeah. And then, you press him more for sorry, he explained, he took over the Shrine of the Blue God a year ago. And that's when he started his treatments. And, hey, 3 months ago, the altar started acting up more. 12 minus 3, that means 9 months. That's why things were so bad. So, you're trying to comfort him that it's not his fault. He definitely believes that it is his fault, especially because he's going to get a current dogma of this whole society. And, he tried to do by the people and so on, and he fucked up royally.
Look, this was something so hidden in the text. Honestly, I don't expect anyone but the best of scholars to see it.
But you don't understand, I've done this ritual 100 times in the last year. There's a lot of children that have been born not of their fathers, and in the pattern you need to be worshipped by your own children in order to pass in the afterlife. That would be a big problem for 100 families.
So we do have some good news for you. So even though the society may still live by the pattern as a guideline, it is no longer an absolute.
I mean, what do you mean?
We were able to disable the altar's morality system.
I mean, that's great. I mean, that means that the Yizhao won't be punished for this transgression, but that doesn't solve the problem, because the pattern is a religion. It's a set of rules to follow. Just because you disable the altar, punishing people for it doesn't mean that it's not a transgression, it's not a sin against the pattern. This is still something that will count 100 families.
What it does mean, though, is you will be at the mercy of people who can understand the situation and have compassion, as opposed to an unfeeling artifact.
I mean, the artifact is one thing, but there's still society. Everybody needs to conform to the pattern, and that's a lot of shame that will be brought onto all those families. And
oh, bloody hell, you guys are worse than the realm in some ways. You know that?
I mean, if in the realm it turns out that the fertility treatment created 100 bastards, yeah, it would be a big hubbub.
Yeah, it would, but jeez, you guys are so rigid. Even the realm might be looking askew at you guys sometimes.
I mean, we could start saying this. We could get the fathers to formally adopt the bastard children thing, but that still means that all those families will be going through this trauma together, and oh boy.
Then, I mean, you're a temple with a priest set up a support group. Look, what's important is that they're able to live happy lives, not some dogma.
I mean, if the word of this gets out, it'll be a stigma that'll follow them for a long while.
What? Because they went under treatment that they didn't know that's what happened? That's what would happen?
I mean,
honestly, if you guys are willing to be so heartless, then maybe we should just burn the city to the ground. Maybe the people out there are right.
Abbot Fu, Burrado Suzume, I have a question.
What?
Is your exaltation process not hereditary?
It is.
yes.
Wait a minute. Then these children could be dragon-blooded.
I mean, if I've been diluting my essence that much, then it's no better than a regular person almost. So,
well,
that's not helping
the
really.
thing with the dragon-blooded exaltation, and I will explain this to the alchemical, it won't show itself until a certain age. So,
yeah.
We still have a few years yet to figure out whether or not this will be the case.
Yeah, about 9+ years. Besides, he mentioned the terms that with Dragon Blooded, there is a replenishment period for their Dragon Blooded essence thingy, where if you have a child once every decade, that is the ideal period to pass on the exaltation. If you're having more children than that, then you're just wasting everything that you accumulate, and it's not really helping that much. So this isn't, again, better than having a regular person that has some Dragon Blooded ancestor or something.
Oh yeah,
so
it's
not helping at all.
It's far from definite by any means, but there is a chance that one of them could exalt.
I mean, yes, having, as you mentioned, leftover children. We're when you have twins, one of them is bound more close to the exalt. The other one's just the leftover, essence things.
Yeah,
and they're usually not that likely, and so on. So also, yeah,
there are going to be problems. So the question ends up being: do we tell people, or do we keep it quiet?
Yeah, that was just looking out the window. You could, it's up to you guys to make this call.
I mean, honestly, the pattern annoys me to all heck anyway. And
Okay,
I, for one, would love to see people see how dumb rigid dogma is, but I realize that it will at best be a difficult adjustment.
Okay, you guys just come on yourself. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, we were able to figure out what the issue was, and in doing that, we can now possibly do a similar thing using a ritual adoption as a final seal on the ritual. So no one has to be ashamed or embarrassed, and the fathers adopt their children.
Or is it possible we could adjust the ritual?
Let's see. The sources ritual that you have here, if you don't have that bit of someone repletion essence, it'd be really hard to make a new one. You pretty much have to start from scratch, basically. You could try doing some sources work. You try fixing some of this because it's already been done. But yeah, that would require other stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
For myself, the process of fixing such a problem would be fascinating, but it is outside of my mission parameters, and I do not have the requisite charms installed.
I feel like we should be honest with the people. It will be hard, but people can redeem themselves. At least without the threat of the artifact going haywire. Maybe we can get things to be better. It's gonna be a lot of work.
Yeah. But yeah, if you guys want to fast forward through this, we can start getting into the whole epilogue of like, oh, what happens next, I suppose. Based on your decision. Unless there's some more questions or what have you.
I have no further questions.
All right, so we want to do it then?
Sure.
Or do we need more time to think it over?
See what smoldering ruin this temple is in 6 months.
Well, okay, so one of the big questions is what do you tell the governor? What do you tell other people? Or what have you? Okay, the abbot will be able to put together the list of everyone that he thinks might be affected by this. So you have everybody that might need to be, go through the formal process of adoption and so on and so on. But yeah, what do you tell the governor, if anything?
I think we tell him that the artifact's morality system has been disabled. And given the circumstances, it probably should stay that way. And I'll kind of tell him what happened as an accident that is very hard to
So you do tell him about fucking up.
I'm gonna paint it as it was an accident. No one was really at fault.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, he's definitely a bit upset with you guys that you went to the altar without asking him, who is kind of like the person responsible for it. I guess he's glad that the storm stopped, so he's thankful for that. That kind of cancels himself out. Yeah, he'd definitely be pissed at the habit for his meddling that caused all of these problems and so on and so on. And yeah, it's okay.
Basically, I'm going to advocate for compassion for the abbot. It was something that was so hidden that it was extremely hard to catch. You would need to be an insane occult scholar in order to even notice it.
Yes, but also he broke the dogma of trying to treat the male infertility, and because of that, he messed up further away. So yeah, it's not just that he's trying to do some unproven ritual. Also, it's bad. So things kind of compound, and
yeah. I mean, being an error aspect, I'm like, stop being a dumbass.
Yeah, definitely.
Stop being a dumbass. Stop being such an earth aspect. God damn it.
Wood aspect.
Oh, no, I was talking about the governor.
Yeah.
Wasn't the governor an earth aspect?
I think he was a water aspect. He had black jade, as far as I remember. Let me check.
Yeah, no, black jade is water.
Water aspect. Yeah, the governor is water.
You sound like an earth aspect. Stop.
Yeah. Okay. So, how do you handle the situation with the people, if at all, the hereditary stuff?
Get a formal adoption ritual done very quietly.
Yeah, so I guess you get people to approach their families quietly and whatever to fix this issue. Yeah, one of the threats that you guys didn't notice was a lot of the women have escaped because they've been banished by the altar. There's like 50 of them missing at least. So, whoops. They're kind of hard to find. Yeah, those that remain, sure, you get them fixed up on the adoption front. Definitely a lot of men aren't happy about this, and definitely a lot of them call for Abbott's head for what he's done, and so on and so on. And yeah, there's definitely a lot of those children who have a bad life because of that.
I'm going to defend the Abbot, saying it was nearly impossible to catch. Stop being a fucking idiot. And I will wallop anyone upside the head that I need to wallop upside the head, and I pack a punch.
Well, you do definitely wallop a couple of the guys that complain about being cucked here. Okay.
He was trying to help you idiot!
I mean, they're grateful that you brought their attention that, the children aren't theirs, so they don't rise up as it goes. Not before the adoption.
Yeah, it's a situation of the children are yours, but because the altar deals in spirit stuff,
metaphysically, which is what Exalted works on, those are not their children.
Yeah, those are your children. Metaphysically, it's complicated.
No, for sure, metaphysically, they're as if they were Abbott's direct children. They were just the means of getting them there, and so on and so on.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a ritual of adoption where you can fix this for the pattern stuff, but there's still bastard children that they're just adopted. But yeah, you can definitely raise them as your own, and so on and so on. Adopted children are just as valid as the regular ones, and so on and so on. But definitely, people, when they hear about that what they've been doing and so on, blah blah, they're definitely not happy with this situation. Strong emotions, at least at the start.
It's like we are keeping it quiet. No one else is gonna know.
Yeah, you're definitely handling it really well. Okay, let's see what you guys do with the various NPCs for their epilogues. So, Noyan Tomor, he was happy with the scouting. He went, got a raid, dealt with some more bandits that were stragglers or whatever. So yeah, he was happy you guys solved his whole quest line. Everything there was fine. Yeah, you guys feel Esteban's thing that he's kind of there being very territorial and doesn't want to move and so on and so on. Royal Censor, you guys found that document that you guys never even examined. I don't think they just pocketed it or copied it or something like that. And I think you handed it in, so his quest didn't finish. Okay. So he finished his investigation because the Altar of Heaven was solved. Between everything, I don't think he got to the bottom of what was causing it. So he probably tried to go.
I think after we went to the governor, we probably would have given him the document, but
Yeah, if you have given it the document, spoiler alert, the document itself, what was on it didn't matter. All that mattered was that there's enough space for him to forge it, that the governor took bribes, and he'll pin this whole thing on the governor, whatever it was. He doesn't care. The governor has embezzled money, therefore he'll be executed. Because that's what his thing was all about. Because Mother Fuhan cared about getting rid of the governor. Her whole thing was about getting something on him that she could pin. You didn't steal the shipment for her, which would have been one way of getting the governor killed, but she was bribing the censor to find anything on the governor, get him, arrested, executed, something like that. So the governor got executed for everything that went down in Yizhao, and the royal censor was happy that he got richer monetarily for all the contribution Mother Fuhan has given him, and so on, so on. And Sage Faye, you didn't convert the altar, so she's nonplussed, whatever. She's like, okay, well, she goes on living a normal life. Prince Yan Zhao, he didn't blow up the altar. He's continuing to be its caretaker. He's happy about it. But oh no, he lives in his lovely little palace. Again. Okay, Qx, you were saying?
I need to wrap.
Yeah, we're wrapping. Abbot Fu, he probably in the end got executed for the after some people looked into it more, examined the things, and for his transgression, he got executed. So I guess this will be the wrap of it. If you guys want to talk about what you liked and so on, you could do that. Qx needs to go right now. What do you guys want?
Yeah, I don't need to go right now. So
I did quite enjoy the bandit combat. I enjoyed the outlying village more than anything in Yizhao itself. To be honest, I did enjoy figuring out the altar and stuff like that, but I didn't like how it felt like we were chasing our tails the entire time in Yizhao.
Yeah, I mean, you were chasing your tails because you guys never completed any of the quests. All the quest completions unlock some guys for you. Like, Sensor knows that women have been going missing. Like, a lot of people. Oh no, he knows that a lot of people have been involved in this. At least like 100 people. Mother Fuhan knows that the women have been going missing. The Prince Yan Zhao, spilled the beans that yes, it's been carnal and so on, so on. So everybody's at peace with the information, but you guys have to commit to something and get that whole picture that which you guys got by coming to Tomor.
Yeah. That said, it was fun. For the most part,
I liked it.
So I did enjoy it.
Yeah, so there was more fighting. Fighting encounters were stealing the silver shipment, which would be you guys fighting the heroes, blowing up the altar, which would be you guys fighting the heroes and all the uprights, and then the bandits and possibly Istvan and so on, or whoever you guys would choose to also murder if it came to that.
Yeah, no, but that was fun. Also, I would, if Qx you need to go,
Yep. Do we need to do the outro? And we can explain stuff.
If you need to go, then we can just do the outro here. I've been Peter.
I've been Alpha Wolf playing Burano Suzume.
Kilix playing Resolver Outstanding Questions.
And Revelry.
And this is Lovely signing off.